going alphabetically, of course, is Uptowncharlybrown. I'd like to introduce Bob Hutt, the president of the Uptowncharlybrown Stud LLC. He's our partner in the sponsorship of the Turning for Home race that we sponsor every year. Bob believes in horse racing. He's living the dream. I consider him the Ken Ramsey of Pennsylvania horse racing and breeding. He's not just a client, he's become a dear friend. I can't say enough about the success of Uptowncharlybrown that he's having at stud this year. But I'm sure Bob can. So at that, I'm going to hand Bob the microphone. Bob Hutt.
Glenn, thank you so much for that kind introduction. And if you know any of the partners in Uptowncharlybrown Stud, handing me a microphone is like giving a killer a loaded gun. You don't want to do that. Here's Uptowncharlybrown before you, and I'm sure he'll be standing on his hind legs before long. I get nervous every time he does it, but that's normal for him. Hey, Charlie. Anyway, thank you so much for letting me speak today. There's a few people I'd like to acknowledge. First and foremost, my late dear best friend in loving memory, Alan Seawald, who was responsible for making Uptowncharlybrown the champion he was before he got injured. I'd also like to thank his current trainer. When I say current, he trains all the Uptowncharlybrowns, Ed Coletti Jr., who has done a tremendous job, and for the first time this year, with mostly Uptowncharlybrowns, he surpassed $1.5 million in earnings. I'd also like to thank Glenn and Becky Brock for the tremendous job they've done in promoting Uptowncharlybrown. Uptowncharlybrown was a Triple Crown contender who, that's Charlie, I've seen this about 150 times, and he got hurt, but what he couldn't prove on the racetrack, he's proven through his progeny. He was the #1 second crop sire in Pennsylvania. He is by far and away the #1 third crop sire in Pennsylvania. He is the #2 third crop sire in the Mid-Atlantic, despite 24 fewer runners than redeemed, and trails him by only 48,000. Before the year's over, we hope we have a shot to be the #1 third crop sire in the entire Mid-Atlantic. As far as his breeding, he's produced a graded stake winner in Dixie Serenade, who went RNA at the recent Fasig-Tipton sale for $425,000. He's had a multiple stakes place, Midtown Charlie Brown, who finally broke the door down on Wednesday night, winning a $200,000 stake against some of the best older sprinters in the Northeast and in all of America. And with his foals, he's averaged up to date $81,000 per foal. He's produced it's 70% winners from all his foals. 25% of them have become stake horses, and we're hopeful that he will become the #1 stallion in all of the Mid-Atlantic region. For those of you that were brave enough to come out today, we will offer you a discount. He has live foals standing and nursing for $4,500 out of Pennsylvania. In Pennsylvania, it's $3,500, and anybody who's interested and wants to sign a contract today, we'll take $1,000 off that and make it $2,500. I'm here if you have any questions, and I want to thank you all for coming out today, and we really appreciate it. Thank you, Glenn.